Yep. I don't dev often because because I get burnt out extremely hard, but I thought I'd screw around a little bit. I have a good one, Ice a Snake. I need these other scripts. I need this. What am I making? So a while back, I made this extremely simple thing, and then it tried to play back your input replay, and then I found out the physics are not consistent, so it can give different results. And so I wanted to try to make it give inconsistent results again, which it usually will do eventually. And then after that happens, I want to like see if I can run the same physics step over and over, and like I just want to look into it a little more, like the inconsistency. Let's see. I'm just doing the inconsistent physics again to try to see. Uh, wow, it is like stuttery. Maybe because this needs process priority or something. Yeah, okay. Why is it so slow? I forget how this works. Do I need to multiply this by 60? Wait, what? It's so slow. Oh, sounds good. Uh, There we go. Right. Actually, it's a little weird. It is a little weird. Let's see. Um, no, there's no main projects. There have been various projects in the past. that have all eventually stalled out. Oh, I already have it functional. Wow. It already works. It already replays, and then it asserts when the fail case happens, when the physics doesn't match. So, now to take it one step further, ugh, what is going on? Oh. Of course, once it fails once, it'll fail continuously. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll just pause it by doing an assert. It's probably a better way to write that, but whatever. Failure on frame 148. You're not missing much. It's like basically uh the little capsule, the red guy goes inching forward and it touches the blue thing and then it replays it. And then when it replays it, it crashes part of the way through. Because as the character is stepping over the floor triangles, something doesn't match up. It desyncs. Yep. So, can I do like a test move and slide, or do I have to do... I think move and collide may be the only way to do test moves. Or like, I don't know, I could try to gather information from these like get last slide collision crap, right? Uh, yeah. I basically programmed what I wanted. It's just the next step. I'm not sure exactly. There's no need for animation here. I'm really just looking at the physics. I guess like something I find a little bit maddening is that the move and slide built-in function does a lot of things under the hood. And I want to like break it down. I guess I could use this get slide collision function or something. I'm just looking at an inconsistency in the way physics works in Godot, that's all. I want to kind of see if I can like perform the frame that desynced multiple times and see if I get differing results. Sometimes it does not desync. Like right here, I'm literally running it and it's doing the replay and there's no desync. I don't know if it will eventually desync or if like the combination of inputs I used for this one is just functional. I could try to show it on the stream. Yeah, here you go. Like this one doesn't desync so far. Maybe I happened to move across the floor triangles in such a way that the physics are cooperative. Uh, so hold on. Okay, it just failed. Yeah, slide collision count 3. Interesting, okay. Yeah, it's replaying what happened over and over until the physics glitch out. uh, the problem with kind of the problem with gathering all this collision data is that I need to do it for every frame and then compare it against the first time you did it, I guess. So I need even more data stored, I guess. This needs to always run. It needs to always write it, otherwise it's not going to be the right size. This is interesting. So there were 3 collisions on this frame, and I should probably peer into them and see what. And I need to look at what what data it holds, I suppose. What's crazy is that like these objects seem like they can hold multiple indices, which is doesn't even make sense, but okay. Unless maybe it's like intersecting multiple surfaces or something. I don't know. Like this object has a collision count. Oh my god. Okay, so instead of get slide collision count, it's get collision count. Get angle, get depth. Wait, this one doesn't take an index. That's interesting. Normal position, remainder, travel, and depth. Normal position, remainder, travel, and depth. And normal and position have an index. Alright, normal. Love travel. Depth. Oh, right. Okay. So this data is for a single one, and there could be multiple ones, which is really crazy. Okay. I'm already lost in the sauce, but let's see. All right, what do we have here? All right, so in this frame there were 3 slide collisions. The first collision had 2 collisions. The second collision had 2 collisions, and the third collision had 1 collision. And I have all the information. But I don't have the historical information. I only know that there were 3 collisions, slide collisions as well. And in order to get this information, I need to kind of duplicate this somehow. Okay, so basically when I record this, I need to record all of this somehow. Yeah, it should be related to the floor triangles. It should be. But it should be interesting to see what it's spitting out if I gather all this information together. Basically, I'm gathering all the information on the replay, but I'm not gathering it on the initial run, and I need to do that. Maybe I can make a function that would work. I don't know what this would even require. Let's see. I guess I want to create an array of these data objects and then save it. So Can I just append this? Wait. No, wait. No. Wait a minute. This is so confusing. I need like a nested array that accounts for if it is a slide collision or if it's like multiple rows of collision data inside of one of the collisions. It's really confusing. Oh my god, this like nested collision shit is so confusing. Hold on. Oh my lord, it is confusing. So I want an array where each element in the array is a frame. And then inside that array, there's another array of slide collisions. And then inside the slide collisions array, there's another array of kinematic collision data. It's like nested arrays in nested arrays. It's really confusing. Uh, Let me think of how I'd interact with this object once it's created. So it's like, it'd be like collision history, frame number, uh, and then there'd be another array that would be um, slide collisions, and then there'd be another array that would be like collision data fields, so there'd be like potentially more than one of these. It's like data fields number. It's something horrific like this. I think it's pretty horrific. I don't know how to write it. It's like 4 arrays nested or something. What is interesting is that for some of these pieces of information, it doesn't even like it's gonna be the same between which data field it is or whatever. I don't know how to call this stuff. Maybe I could somehow gather all of this so that there's simply a single dictionary for each frame number. Maybe that would make more sense. Well, I mean, there's no game. There's only this little empty world, and we're only storing data about this single object. The problem with storing it as a dictionary is that it really is nested. It's just nested information, I think. It's like I would still need an array. Like, I don't know. I could do slide collision and then collision, because that's basically what it is. I think. You get a slide collision, and then you specify which. How do they even justify this? Like, collision index, they call it, right? But then this has slide index, right? Okay, so I can use their naming. Slide index, and then what was it? Collision index? Okay. Okay, it's something like this. Here's the triple nested array, right? It is something along these lines. I think this kind of works. Oh yeah, so I wanted to make this function get data both during the initial play and the replay. So instead of writing to the collision history, I'll keep this for, I'll just return the slides here. So this is returning an array. And then when it first, now instead of doing this crap, it's like, I don't even know if I need any of this here. It's like, what do I need? I need to run the function, gather collision data. We come in with an empty array, and we'll leave with an empty array as long as, if there's no collisions, but there will be, there should be. And then we get it back out here. And then this just gets appended to the collection slides. I can just write it. I can just, yep. Okay, that's my play function. That's fine. But now when it replays, instead of doing this crap, instead of any of this code right here, any of this, we can do we just print it and then compare it. So Okay. Okay. We can compare it to this. Compare the two. All right. I think it might work. Let's see if I broke it. Wow. Wow, I think my code worked. Let's see. All right, so failure on frame 258. 0.000918 does not match 0.000927. And we have a whole bunch of data. All right, angle, normal is 1, angle is 0, the position is 211024, which matches, negative 13.99644. Travel is 0008. Oh, the travel is different. The Y travel is different. The depth is different. I've been using Godot since 2018, 19, 18 or something. I just tinker though, I don't make games. Alright, angle, normal, position, 211024, 14002. Yeah, 713 does not match 71. Depth is different. Depth is not the same. Angle, position, travel. Yeah, the travel is always different and the depth is different. Yeah, there are problems. Now, is there any way is there any way I can, instead of crashing the program, what if I like what if I replayed that frame over and over, right? So we enter a third mode or something. So instead of play or replay, it's like debug mode. And then instead of... Okay, I don't need any of this here. You know, Alright, so instead of this assertion, which will crash the program, we will instead change the mode. Mode equals debug. And when I'm setting the velocity, I'm overriding it. So I only need the raw input and the historical position history, which I have, right? Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to simulate the frame over and over again, right? I don't need to do this once per frame. I could simulate it like a bazillion times, I think. I could just like do a million iterations or something. Alright, so maybe I don't need this mode debug thing. I guess I'll just run a function like debug collision. Now, I might have been off by one error. I might I need this. I need the raw input here. I need the position history here. I could just pass those in, I guess. Maybe. It's like raw input is still relevant. We still need this. We still set the velocity the same way. We're still gonna call move and slide, I guess. But the position needs to change. And similar to replaying, we need to gather the collision data for the move and slide. And then we need to compare it to, I suppose, like, we already have two sets of data. We have the initial one. I guess I can make some variables here. So initial collision, or initial slides is collision history frame count. Then the replay slide is whatever we got here, I'll just pass it in. Or I'll just pass it in as replay slides. And then we have new slides. And what I want to do, I suppose, is like, I want to re-simulate the frame over and over and over and count how many times it gets different results or something. I'm very curious about this. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Here's a question. In Godot, can I do a comparison of a nested array? And I almost want like a fucking hash or something of like the entire nested array so I can like see if it matches or whatever. Like I have this insane object here and I want to like I don't know. I'll start Googling stuff. I don't know. Or like I can look up array. I don't know. There is a hash. Oh my god. There is a, you can hash your array. Are there any other comparison? I don't think there are, so I'm just gonna use hash, I think. Alright, 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 so alright, so we have these two, and then we finally have new data coming in. And now what I want is some kind of object that keeps count. I suppose I can use a dictionary. So I will do debug collision test or like dictionary or something. And then we take the replay hash. And then we're actually testing the counts. So like collision counts. The replay hash is 0. Actually, it's 1 because it occurred once. Initial hash is 1 because that also occurred once. And then we hash the new slides. And we do like if dictionary, if it has the new slides hash. Then we do collision counts new slides hash plus equals 1, I think. Else equals 1, right? Yeah. And then we run this like, I don't know, 1,000 times or something, so alright, so alright, you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I don't know. Oh god, it's printing a lot. Why is it printing so much? What did I do wrong? Oh, I need to set physics process to false. Okay. What in the absolute fuck? So there were... What the fuck? Okay, so... In this case, the first time it ran it, it got a unique result. The second time it ran it, it got a unique result. And then the next 1,000 times, it was all the same. But now I want to print. I need to print the new slides so we can see what the actual fuck. Okay, so if it's going to create a brand new hash, then we should print it. We should print it so we can see what the fuck it is and compare it to... I think we just print it like this. Alright, I'll try that again. Okay, what the fuck? Oh, I need to print a little more. Hold on. Alright, so we're printing. Yeah, this is incredibly confusing because as I simulated 1,000 times, it always gets the same results. But that result is unique. That result is unique to the first 2 times. Maybe because these are happening on different frames and the game engine does something as each frame advances or something. Maybe a better way to set this up, instead of doing it 1,000 times all at once, maybe I should wait 1 frame each time it tests it, and then we could just watch it tick up. That might make more sense. But let's see. Yeah, so this one is unique. This one has 193 here, which doesn't match the other 2. Oh, this one though, I might be doing something wrong. This position looks significantly different. I might be doing something wrong in my code actually. Cause like this one, these 2 are like 3-6, 3-6, 3-4. Oh wait, it does go 3-4. Wait, I might be doing something weird. I might be like off by 1 or something on like trying to reset the state over and over. It's confusing though, because like I'm using the same shit. Like I'm doing the same thing. Like all right, the new plan. New plan is to literally run it every frame now. Wait, what did I do? Oh, I see what I did. Did I do something weird? Yeah. Alright, so we're setting it to where it was. We're doing it all correctly. We're getting the new data. We're hashing it. We're incrementing it. And then finally, then we still want the collision counts at the bottom of this down here. Alright, so now I don't need this code. We just need to set the mode. Mode is debug. Alright, I think that code works. Let's do it. I did not, it didn't desync. Sometimes it does not desync. Wow, look at that. Look at it go. It's always the same. It's like am I really setting up the frame properly? It's always giving the same result. God, it's so confusing. It is confusing. No, I'm literally using if I can show it to you. These are separate. I have 5 separate pieces here. And they're just 2 triangles each. I don't know if I'm perfectly setting this up, or if like maybe the game engine is in a state where it's not going to give a new result. Uh, because it's doing the same collision processing over and over, maybe like it'll always give the same results in this case. Maybe. It is interesting that it is a unique result from the first two. I try to set the position and velocity. I try to set the position exactly what it was. Wait a minute. Wait. Am I doing something wrong? Because when does it actually add the position history? I think it adds it on the next frame. Maybe this is why. This might explain why it's behaving like this. It's under play. Position history updates after the move and slide. So for frame 0, it's not 000 position because it already did some movement. And do I use position history? Oh yeah, I use it to check if it failed only after the move. I might need to slip a -1 in the debug. This actually makes sense. Alright, alright. I think this is what I did wrong. This kind of makes sense. Does GPT-4 help with this? Not really, no. Let's get it to fail again. Oh, there we go. Look at it. Oh my god, look at it. Look at it. Oh my god, look at it. Oh my god. Look at this game engine. Oh my god, look at it. It's re-simulating the frame that desynced. And there are two results, and those two results have a different like ratio of how frequently they occur. There's no RNG, but the game engine itself is non-deterministic. And look at the results. It's insane. I'm re-simulating the desync frame over and over. Look at that. It looks like it happens almost at a ratio of 2 to 1. Wow, this is so interesting. This is truly fascinating. It's like, what is causing this to not... Like, what on earth is causing this to give two different results? You read that the order of collisions are processed... The order that the collisions are processed in can vary somewhere. Yeah, maybe I should take a closer look at the initial data here. So like, okay, look at this. So here's how failure on frame 46. Numbers position data does not match. Is there any more data I could get about the yeah, I want to apologize earlier for getting this -1. It like that was really silly, but now that I have this -1 in here, everything is making a lot of sense. Except for the non-determinism. I mean, it doesn't exactly make sense. I mean, if you can find that GitHub issue, I'd be curious. But I'd also be curious if I can somehow... If I could somehow read the order of, like, how it's figuring this out or something. Okay, angle and normal are like... Wait, there is an angle here. Angle. Oh, the normal is different here. Oh, that's interesting. In fact, the normal is different here. Well, it's truly fascinating. This is truly fascinating. Get slide collision. Returns a kinematic collision 3D which contains information about a collision that occurred during the last call to move and slide. Since the body can collide several times in a single call to move and slide, you must specify the index of the collision. Kinematic collision 3D holds collision data from the movement of a physics body 3D. Holds collision data from the movement of a physics body 3D, usually from physics body 3D.move and collide. When a physics body is moved, it stops if it detects a collision with another body. If a collision is detected, a kinematic collision 3D object is returned. The collision data includes the colliding object remaining motion and collision position. This data can be used to determine a custom response. I don't know. Move and collide. Moves the body along the vector motion in order to be frame rate independent. In node physics process or node process, motion should be computed using delta. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the documentation really covers what I'm looking at. I am thinking about ending the stream because I don't know, we can look more into this or something somehow. I'm not good at reading C++ game engine code, and I don't know, this stuff doesn't seem documented inside of the documentation for Godot engine. But I've been able to now perfectly demonstrate what's going on with the inconsistent physics and why input replays will break, because your input replay is going to give differing physics results as shown here as I'm re-simulating the desync frame over and over. And I have 3,500 results of one collision and 1,700 results of the other collision. I just think it's interesting. Well, it's something that kind of bugged me because I like the idea of like input replay validation. I don't know, successful stream in my opinion. I guess I'll end it here. But yep. This was my little test of move and slide. And I was able to get what I wanted out of it. And my code worked and I'm happy about it. So that's that's it for now. Who knows what could come next? But that'll do for now. Thanks for watching the stream.